welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for October the 21st through October the 27th. If you're new, welcome. I hope that you enjoy these readings and that you'll return. And if you are returning, thank you for supporting this channel and welcome back. Okay, so these readings are for your sun, moon, and rising. And they are for the collective. So please take what resonates and just leave the rest. Sometimes the messages can be very specific if spirit wants to contact a particular person over a particular situation. So if you would like a more tailored and in-depth personal reading, click on this link here. That will take you to my website. You can see what kind of readings I offer. Now, these I also, before I mention anything else, I do have a Facebook group, and that I do a live stream every 2 weeks in that Facebook group, and it's either about the new moon or the full moon. So coming up, we'll have the the new moon coming up this week. So I will be doing a live stream at some point this week in that group, and we look at how you receive that the new moon or the full moon, whatever it is, in your sign. So it's very interesting, and I do that live, and I also have tarot cards on hand to answer questions. Now, another way to support this channel is through Patreon. So click on this link for Patreon and check out my Patreon page. You can donate as little as $1 a month. That's huge for me, maybe not so much for you, but it really helps. Now, what else? Lastly, these readings come in three sections. One is the intro, which is this. Then there's the astrological reading. And then there is the tarot card reading. And I will have skip times to all of those in the show more section below, as well as links to other videos. Sometimes it takes me a minute to update the links to the videos, but hang in there. Or you can also look at the playlist for October, and you can find all the videos in there. So without further ado, let's go to the astrology section of your reading, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading. Now, what an incredible, powerful celestial sky we have this week. First of all, of course, it's all about culminating in the new moon on Sunday. But before that, on Monday, Venus is trine Neptune. Now, this is Monday, October the 21st, and that happens at 3:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a harmonious aspect, and it brings in an intense appreciation for the arts, especially music and painting. You may have a stronger than normal inclination towards spiritual endeavors, or the mystical arts, such as astrology and tarot and Wiccan and things like that. Now, there could be a tendency to kind of sacrifice yourself, to be a little over-generous and magnanimous. So that nature that can come out in all of us could leave you open for others to take advantage. Fortunately, Venus is also sextile to Saturn. So Saturn will rein that overly generous nature. It'll rein it in a bit, give it a little structure so that you won't be too generous and you won't be easily taken advantage of. But it is something to keep in mind. Now, the sun moves into Scorpio on Wednesday. Happy birthday, Scorpio. It's your month on the zodiac. So when the sun moves into Scorpio, things get a little more serious and perhaps more intense. It's important. Our relationships are more important. And also authenticity and honesty. We won't be interested in what's the word I'm looking for? Shallowness, or if someone's not quite who they seem to be, we don't have time for that when the sun moves into Scorpio. Now, at the beginning of the week, we have 2 planets in Scorpio, Mercury and Venus. And then as we move to the new moon on Sunday, October the 22nd, there'll be 4 planets in Scorpio, because new moons are when the sun and the moon are adjacent, are right next to each other at the same degrees. They're almost on top of each other, right? So, the full moons are when they're opposite. The new moons are when they're together. This is a wonderful time to make intentions. And this is a new moon in Scorpio. So it is very emotional. It's very deep. It's very intense. Scorpio is the detective of the zodiac. And Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. So there's a lot of Plutonian and Scorpionic energies going on this month. So Pluto is about the planet. It's the planet of transformation, right? So this new moon will give us a chance to really go deep and see what kind of behaviors are holding us back. What needs to change in our lives? Perhaps we need to let go of some people, or a place. Perhaps we need to move. Perhaps we need to let go of some things or some behaviors. It's about searching, going really deep and searching what triggers certain reactions in us, and how can we change that? Are we smoking? Are we overeating? Are we overworking, gambling, perhaps taking drugs, maybe not exercising or taking care of ourselves? Are we sabotaging ourselves in some way? This is an opportunity to co-create with the universe and really go deep within. Transform your life through purification, through Let me tell you, I have been working with Pluto this last week or 2, and that's why you haven't heard much of me online, because I have been in deep, not just cleansing, really purification, getting rid of all my old files. I had these files from, the 90s. So I've been shredding for days and deep cleaning. Everything's been moved. It is plutonic. So if you can do that, it feels so amazing. I have reorganized my whole home and my workspace, so everything kind of flows a lot more easily. So this is an opportunity, and it's opportunity to look at yourself and how you react. Now, okay, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. It's going to be quite a challenging week, because at the same time, the new moon, that's the moon and the sun, right, are opposite Uranus. Now, this can mean volatile moods and mood changes, and our energy levels may fluctuate. This is really important to resist the urge to react. It can be rebelliousness, and anger can come up. So breathe before you react, and perhaps it might be more prudent to stay quiet. If you have the urge, that impulse to react, resist that. Now, earlier on the same day, Sunday is a whoa. One of those days, it's like a whoa. It's a hot topic day. So I would be aware of Sunday. These energies are a few days before and a few days after. Excuse me. And the energy of the new moon will carry us forward. So look, this is an intention that we need to make at this new moon of how we can change our life going forward and improve it. It's like, what can we change fundamentally about ourselves? What is possible to change? You know, this energy is behind us for this change. It's, you know, it's got our back. Now, earlier in that day, Mars squares Saturn. This can bring up control issues. This is all about control. It can be about manipulation. It's almost like you have to take control of everything. And, you know, people and situations. Now, in extreme situations, you may express cruelty or perhaps even violence to get your way. Or somebody may perpetrate that against you. So strive to, this is really important because this, you know, manipulation and anger and cruelty comes from fear, really. That's the underlying emotion is fear. So strive to find out what that fear is, where it comes from. It will give you a better understanding of yourself and perhaps some self-awareness. And when you have that, then you can start to change those things. So this new moon will help in that discovery, the self-discovery and self-awareness. So it is really one of those, this week is all about going within. It's about searching for solutions. It's about searching for the root and help you to understand. Because when you understand, it takes the power out of that fear, right? It stops you from reacting out of emotional fear. Okay, let's go to your tarot reading, shall we? Hello, Aries, and welcome to the tarot card section of your reading for October the 21st through October the 27th. Here we go. One last shuffle. One last dig deep. That's Pluto. Plutonian energy. Okay. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Aries for this coming week? 3 cards for Aries, please. Oh, there's 2. That one came out first. And you've got that one. And one more card for Aries, please. There it is. Okay. Oh, there's 2. 2 cards, darling. All right. I'm using a different deck this week because I haven't used this in a while. The Witch's Tarot, because it's coming up to Halloween, so I thought I'd bring out the witch. The witch energy. Okay. This is for Aries. These are clarifying cards. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Aries through these clarifying cards for this coming week of October the 21st through October the 27th? Excuse me. Feeling a little under the weather here. Okay. Please clarify. Oh, there it is. Please clarify. I have to put my glass on. What's that? Ah, yes. That's it. There it is, yes. Ah, please clarify. Wow, there it is. Okay, let's go to your cards. Oops. Okay, the first card out is the 6 of Swords. Clarifying the 6 of Swords is the Queen of Wands. Then you have the 6 of Wands, clarified by the Queen of Swords. Then you have the 10 of Wands right next to the King of Cups, clarified by the Emperor. Okay, the first card out for you, Aries, is the Six of Swords. There's something that you need to move on from. What is that? If you haven't looked at the astrological report, take a look at that, because it's kind of all about this. It's about moving on from behaviors, from people, from places, whatever it is for you. The new moon in Scorpio gives us an opportunity to look at what we need to let go of and move on from. This is, where you are is not working, whatever it is that you're doing. Now, it can be a destructive behavior that you're engaging in, or it can just be something you're perhaps not doing that you need to do. There's something, and this, Scorpionic and Plutonic energies are about going within. It's about looking. It's about searching. It's the detective, right, of the zodiac. It's about really looking at what you can change and transform, and how you need to move on from it, because something is not working for you. And look, right, clarifying the Six of Swords is the Queen of Wands, and she's all about confidence. Where can you find the confidence within? Don't underestimate yourself. You can do this. This is the thing. When we have a daunting task or something that we need to take care of, we're so busy. So what makes us procrastinate is we're looking at the bigger picture. I'll give you an example. I've been really organizing. I mean, organizing is putting it mildly. I've been doing a deep, deep clear out, an organization. And I had done every room except for the living room at one point. And I was sitting in this, because, when you're organizing and you're bringing everything out, it gets really messy, right? So all the mess was in the living room. And I spent 2 days in it. And then it was really late one night. And I'm looking around thinking, oh God, I can't do this. Look at it. I'll never get this done. So I just said to myself, just one little thing at a time. Pick one little piece of paper up, put that where it needs to go, put something in its place. And before you know it, it was several hours later, I really made a huge dent in it. So it's about focusing on the little things, not necessarily when you do the big picture, it immobilizes you and you want to give up. But if you just move a little bit at a time and just put something away, you clear the decks in no time. So this is about, don't underestimate yourself and look for your confidence within. The Queen of Wands is the networker. She's gregarious. She's social. She's charismatic. She takes care of everything. She's a great mother, a great wife, a fabulous business person, an incredible networker. She kind of seems to have it all, and she's a fierce protector. So this is about, taking care of what you need to take care of and remove yourself from a situation that has been detrimental to you in the past, so that you can clear. It's like purification. That's what Pluto is purifying. The death of the old you to the new birth and creating the new you to move forward. She's all about creativity too. Excuse me. And look, the next card is the Six of Wands. This is you being celebrated. This is about, completing something and getting, accolades for it. It's people celebrating you. It's not just a celebration. It's you being celebrated. It's you getting the accolades. It's about, it can be awards, or it can be just somebody praising you publicly. Now, clarifying it is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is this. This could be, a boss even. But she's extremely honest and truthful, and sometimes abrasively so. But she's so intelligent, and she cuts through the BS, She doesn't like anyone that's inauthentic. And guess what? That's what this energy is all about. All this, at the time of the new moon in Scorpio, there are 4 planets in Scorpio. There's Mercury, Venus, the sun and the moon. And so we have all this energy in Scorpio, which is deep and real and honest and digging down for the truth to see what's going on. And inauthenticity is not, we're not just going to put up with it. It's, or shallowness. We want every relationship to have meaning and every situation to have meaning and purpose, right? So that's what she is. She's about that. She's about cutting through the crap, so to speak, right? To get through to the truth. This is about seeking out the truth. And then you have two cards here. You have the 10 of Wands, which says that you've taken on too many responsibilities, or you're carrying too much baggage with you, Aries, and you need to drop some of it because it's holding you back. Now, this can be emotional baggage, and it might very well be with all this energy and this, this strong water energy this week. So, and also look, then you've got the King of Cups right next to the 10 of Wands. It's time for you to drop some of this baggage that's holding you back. It's like if you're in a new relationship, don't bring your old relationship or judge it by the old relationship. It's about, excuse me, it's about seeing the truth in the situation. And the King of Cups is about controlling your emotions. It's not about hiding them or suppressing them. It's about, or repressing them. It is about, it's about controlling them. And we all need to control our emotions this week because it's a volatile week, because there's so much going on astrologically with Mars square to Saturn, and then the opposition between the new moon and Uranus. So we're liable to go up and down. But one of the things you can do to allay some of this is these emotions are to drop some of your responsibilities and delegate and ask for help, because that brings stress into it. And stress also makes one volatile emotionally, right? And react. It's important not to react, guys. These two cards are clarified by the Emperor, and the Emperor represents you, darling. It's about getting things done. It's about, rules, regulations. This is about systems, putting systems in place. This is about being logical and rational as opposed to being kind of emotional and reactive, right? So the Emperor comes in and it's about clearing out what no longer works for you. It's about getting rid of some of these, if this is emotional baggage, deal with it and drop it. Don't bring it into your relationship. Be very careful not to bring the past with you into a new relationship if you started, or to your current relationship. It's important not to, the people that have betrayed you or trespassed against you in the past should not color your reactions in this relationship. So you have to really be rational, really be logical, and look at the situation and look for the truth in it. And don't react out of emotion. Sometimes it's best to say nothing for the time being. Go home, write about it. And then maybe you don't even need to address it once you've done some soul searching. This energy, all in all, is about a transformation of ourselves. It's about looking within. It's about seeing what we can change about ourselves, because we can't change anyone else. This is also about control, right? We want to control people. We want to control situations. That's Mars square to, Saturn. So, we need to release the control, right? Release the control. This is also kind of a control card. It's about getting everything done because we don't think anyone else can do it as well as we can. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Oh, So release the control. And when you release the control, you release the stress, and then you won't react as violently sometimes. It is a possibility to react violently and cruelly. So we have to really be careful of that. Because the potential is amazing. You know, you've got this wonderful, you know, celebrating you. This is really about looking at where our fears lie. And once we recognize our fears, then we can take the power out of them. Aries, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, social media. Comment. I live for comments and feedback. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah. I love you all, and I'll see you next week.